we're people of color. We put lotion on.
Yes.
When you put lotion on your chest, have you ever consciously put it on your nipples? Because I realized today, I don't think I've ever actually put lotion on my nipples. Like, just when you put it on your chest, it's like, I feel like you have to purposely put it on your nipples to actually get it there.
Before anybody answer, pause. So
Right? Wait, that was... I mean, you just go over. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you just do your chest, but, like, you're never going like, oh, let me make sure I got my nipples in this coverage.
I'll be honest, I forget I be having nipples until I look in the mirror, to be honest. I just look, oh shit, I got nipples.
Forget they exist.
It's either I forget.
Like, why does Batman need nipples on his suit?
Only reason why I know I got nipples is because I either look in the mirror or probably because my girl licked them. That's probably it.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
But all right, let's get into this volleyball stuff. All right, so you said you've been an assistant for a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Is
official assistant
for you now? So is the goal a head coaching position within? Is the goal to like move up within Stony Brook? Are you trying to branch out to another school or maybe on a more professional level?
Oh shit. That's
not the one question you didn't prepare for.
No, I did. I have. I think for me, yes. I think in the near future, I think moving up within Stony Brook would be like a very ideal thing for me because I do love because I know Balzang, she's gonna stay. She's a diehard like Stony Brook fan, so I think she's gonna stay within our program. And we have some really good girls coming in that are just gonna change the face and like put our name on the map and like a top 100 program in the United States. I think long term, however, I think I would like to maybe venture out into like more Power 5. I really enjoy the Northwestern Wildcats. I think that's somewhere in Illinois where I think I would, shine really, really brightly at. I think because the way that their girls, their athleticism on that team is just so underrepresented because you got teams like Penn State, Wisconsin, Nebraska that are just so... We are. I'm a
this
fan.
is a Temple podcast. Fuck Penn State.
Right. Excuse me. I'm sorry for any Penn State fans. We are.
Matt, what's your favorite R word? Respectfully.
Respectfully.
That was like
He was like, what?
No, he got really hot. He's sweating.
Because you say Penn State and then your favorite R word, and you're like, wait, hold on a second now. Where are we going with this?
No. Listen, dodge the bullet there.
You're trying to get a sound guy out the
pin me
paint.
for?
Matt was like,
I'm here to
And
help.
if Matt goes, who's going to do the sound
Facts.
stuff?
ain't gonna be me. I'll tell
Going
you
back to
that.
Discord.
Right?
Listen.
But to answer your question, Young Miami, I think
Nice.
I think my end goal is to be a head coach at a Power 5 conference. I think I'm capable of doing that. So
I'm telling you, he's got aspirations. I'm telling you, it's every mid-majors coach. Their dream, and no matter what sport it is, Power 5.
yeah, and I think
I mean,
honestly,
it's Power 5 for a reason, right?
yeah. And like you look, honestly, there's some pretty good mid-major schools that are, do have a knock on the door for Power 5. Like they can go toe-to-toe, take them to 5 sets and like really like put up a good competition. I look at a team like Illinois State or Northern Iowa that have just been powerhouse names and conferences for so long. And like, it's honestly anywhere in the Midwest for volleyball.
East Coast volleyball is not it, if you guys didn't know.
Correct.
It's a different league in the West Coast. Different league.
Like the northern tip, I would say, of the East Coast is definitely not like the best in terms of recruiting. Like you look at like Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. Those are like really named house girls. They have really good clubs out there that like do volleyball. Like you look at A5 or you look at Top Select. Those are really big names that if you play volleyball, you understand like where those girls are coming from or where they're going to go in terms of their volleyball career. But you look at a team like Impact, or you look at a team that's out here that it's probably one girl for like 3 years that's going to go like a big name school. It's just a different caliber of volleyball. And honestly, I don't think those girls have access to the internet down there. So they don't.
That's all they do.
They don't do anything. They just play sports. And honestly, there's a lot of girls that just play 5 sports just because. Like it's
nothing else to do. What am I going to do? Look at cows?
Right. They lettered in like in basketball, lacrosse, and like field hockey and golf just because. Like that's just. Well, that's what they do, So it's a different type of caliber of athlete that you get.
talking about like recruiting and stuff like that, we did have a good conversation about that. I kind of want you to bring up like issues going on with that, why certain teams are so strong for so long, and then things people may not know about volleyball recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you look at the way which recruiting works in terms of what school you're at, right? So you look at really powerhouse names like Stanford, Nebraska, Wisconsin, go Badgers. I'm a big fan, Badger fan. But with those type of teams, there's only a certain few number of girls that can really help that program, right? Where, like, really all-American high school girls, like, there's only probably 6 of them that are really good, and all those schools go after those girls. And it's the ones that can sell it the most, because you want to go to all these schools because they have the most money, right? And they travel across the world and all that. Like, in the off-season last year, before COVID, Wisconsin went to Italy to go play the junior national team. You know, like, that's an experience that you want to go. And
If you guys don't
be a
know,
part of.
for like professional volleyball, Italy is like the mecca.
It's you want to be here. Like the Super Italia is something
It's the U.S. for basketball.
Exactly. Like, it's something that you want to go and be a part of. And, you know, it's just the way you sell those types of programs. Where if you look at a school like Stony Brook, or you look at a school like any mid-major school that has a plethora of girls that can help our program, it's a little convoluted with the way in which we have to sell ourselves, because, you know, based on positions that we need, or based on the things that the girl can offer in terms of like their talent and their energy, their work ethic, all those things, it's just different, because there's so many things that there's so many girls competing for one scholarship, whereas for those other schools, Power 5, like, they don't even care if they're on a scholarship. They just want to win a national championship, or they want to be a part of a program, right? So, like, it's a different type of sell to the kid, you know?
Villanova type shit.
Yeah, like, it's different, you know? It's like the experience versus trying to win your conference to make it to the NCAA tournament, you know? Like, there's some schools where, like, if you lose your season, you don't get to the conference tournament, you're out, you know? Like, that sucks. Where you look at a Power 5 conference like Big Ten, maybe 8 of those 10 teams make the NCAA tournament, you know, but by at-large bids, you know, or like the Pac-12, where literally almost last year, 9 of the 10 teams except for Cal made the tournament. You know, it's a different type of environment that you play at. And again, like, there's only so...
Is it Pac-12 that's cooking right now? What conference is cooking right now? For March Madness.
Oh, yeah, it's Pac-12.
Yeah, like
Oregon
running
State,
right now.
UCLA, USC, still alive.
Yeah.
Are you guys Pac-12 fan? I'm a pretty big Pac-12 fan, actually, too.
I'm not really into college sports.
Go UCLA, go Bruins. That's my...
I don't really have a...
You just said first is UCLA. No, first is Wisconsin.
it was Badgers,
He has no
UCLA.
loyalty. He has no loyalty. None.
Let me break it down. So, like,
Yes.
I have favorite teams inside of conferences.
Okay.
So the SEC, Big 12, all that. I have favorite teams inside of there, right? Go Florida, go UCLA,
Oh,
go
hell no,
Badgers.
that's too much.
Are you not a Florida fan?
No.
No, you
Just keep.
Oh.
continue.
Pick like 3.
3?
Pick
Three
like
your
3
top-
and stick to it. You got
You know,
everyone.
and
you
here's
like.
the thing: it's because it's college. I understand there's so many fucking teams to follow, but it's like, damn, yo, you gotta get. Okay.
I do have a lot of memorabilia.
He's actually
from
doing
teams.
more work than a normal sports fan who goes, I'm going to pick this one team for this one sport and
Yeah.
love them. He's like, no, I'm going to pick 15 teams from each region.
Yeah.
And that's who I'm going to follow.
Absolutely, yeah.
Valid.
And, like, I love when the NCAA tournament comes around, because then I will do my bracket for myself for volleyball, and I can guarantee you every single year, I pick the team, I pick the game, I pick the final game, I pick the score, and I will tell you the final score of that final set. Like, I am that good at picking the teams.
Hey, man.
You need to invest in basketball.
Yeah,
You
so
make some money.
Let me see if I can get this.
I was
man.
like,
I'm
I'm about to
gonna
go back.
FanDuel next. I'm
Let
like,
me
hey,
call my
listen.
bookie right now. Be like,
Right.
yo, I want to put everything on Oregon right now.
Right.
Oregon.
Yo,
Like last
Bovada
year-
starts adding college basketball. We in there.
You mean
Volleyball.
college?
Yeah,
I was like,
my
they already got
fault.
it.
like last year, like, everyone was like, oh my God, Stanford, Wisconsin was the final last year. And we're like, oh my God, yeah, like, they're going to go 5 sets. I was like, they're going to win in a fucking sweep. Like, Stanford has Catherine Plummer, like, a really big name in volleyball. She's huge, she's 6'4", and hits the fucking shit out of the ball. Like, it's not even a joke. She hits much harder than any of the men we play with. Like, she's
Because she
fucking
hit
great.
harder than Scott Sterling, though.
Scott Sterling doesn't hit. He's a libero.
Oh, he is.
Uh.
That's valid.
He's still the greatest of all time, though.
Yeah.
So
Can you
Not to
touch
brag
on
or anything like that.
when I was talking about the difference with like dealing with volleyball, like scouting and recruiting and stuff like that? I want you to kind of talk about the pro thing, like the whole professional volleyball player type thing, like banned countries, like things like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because that's something that I feel like is specific to volleyball. I can't see that being an issue in any other NCAA sport.
Wing it
is this
over.
band like BAND or BANED?
Okay, I got you.
I myself was confused.
You were kind of telling me before that they're girls who play professionally before they're actually college age.
Oh,
So
yeah.
big programs
Oh, yeah.
will actually end up recruiting
Okay.
professional players.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's certain countries that you're banned from recruiting from because
Back
it'll
on
basically
track.
make it way too
I'm back on
unfair.
track.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So there are, again, so with recruiting, like you look at big name schools like Texas and Stanford, they have a lot of money. And so that means that they can recruit girls that are like coming from these very like countries that are known to play volleyball, and their athletes are just different, you know? And
My body different.
and by no means is recruiting out of country illegal. It's not. But like the type of caliber of athlete you can recruit is now limited, right? Where you look at like the early 2000s where there would be some athletes going to big name schools that have played professional previously into going to college, right? That's not allowed anymore. Obviously because like they just have a different type of experience. The game is faster, so they have to slow themselves down to play this college level sport. And don't get me wrong, the college game is pretty fast, but like at the professional level, that's it. Like that's the top of the top, the creme de la creme. Like that's just where it gets like the most intense. And then coming down to a D1 college, right? Like, and I say that very like gracefully, like coming down to play D1 college, like that's a big thing, you know. And then it was very unfair because you had some type of athletes. Like I look at the example of Logan Tom. Logan Tom is like she was I think from Uzbekistan or like Azerbaijan, I think is how you pronounce that country. And you know she played her volleyball at Stanford and she was a standout kid. Like she was a fucking like tank. Like she was. Give me the fucking ball. I'm gonna hit the shit out of the ball. It doesn't matter who's in front of me. Like it can be like a 3 blockers, 4 blockers, whoever the fuck blocker is in front of me. I'm gonna kill it, you know. And they won national championships because of her. You know, it's different, right? And so there is now a ban on like recruiting top level athletes that have played or that want to come and play at like a D1 school because of that, you know. And so it's made recruiting a lot easier for schools like us, like Stony Brook, that like we can't do that. We don't have enough money for that. And it's also like made it more fair that like American girls get a little bit more representation in terms of recruiting. Because
Imagine Luca playing college basketball.
Yeah, there was a funny debate about that, but I'm gonna leave it alone on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's just different. You know, it's like now that like these college girls, I mean, these high school girls, they work so hard. You know, like their parents pay a lot of money. Let's be clear, volleyball is not fucking cheap to play as a club sport. It is not cheap at all. Like some of these clubs, top clubs in the country, charge over to $5,000-$6,000.
What?
To play a season?
What?
Because they go so far. You know, like they go to nationals, they go to like the USAV, they go to this, that, and the third. There's so many things, there's so many events that they go to that cost a lot of fucking money.
Bro, think
you
about
know?
it, Justin. It's like AAU, bro. It's like AAU
Correct.
or any like lacrosse.
I mean, I'm
it's
really-
expensive, bro.
That's what I'm.
I think
'cause
it's
knew-
more even the lacrosse price thing.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely more so
yeah.
within the lacrosse range. AAU is expensive, but it's not as expensive because of certain things. But
Yeah.
like,
And
it's,
there's a lot more teams.
Because I always
But-
think like the most expensive, like I guess club or travel, like on the amateur circuit would be like hockey, because of all the like the rink
Equipment.
time,
yeah,
the equipment.
It's an expensive sport. Yeah.
Baseball is I know one of my friends did it. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Lacrosse is expensive.
Yep.
I would not have pegged volleyball as being that
I
expensive.
definitely would, bro. You can't underestimate these sports.
No, not underestimate, but I wouldn't have thought it'd been like
Oh,
in that.
like it has to be like that.
as expensive.
of the sports.
Correct. Thank you. That's a really good segue.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's just like the reason why it's so expensive. One, the gear is just whatever, and also the name. You're paying for a really big name. Like there's some like clubs where like colleges will only recruit from that club. You know, like, it's a very unspoken rule, but like if you go to Florida, you're a top select kid. You know what I mean? Like all their kids are from top select, and that's like one of the biggest like clubs in Florida. Or if you're a Stanford kid, they only get Texas Image kids. You know, Texas Image is like another really big club out in Texas. You know, like. There's a lot of things that you're paying for. You're also paying for the experience. Don't get me wrong. Like you go to like a bunch of fucking tournaments, and like they have also off-season things where you can come in and just like rub out in the gym or get a couple of girls together and like you know you get better in that way. But you're also paying for a name. And honestly, sometimes, most of the time, I'll say that name pays off. So
Nice.
Yeah. Again, we do have that 2K tournament coming up. The Twitch stream is going to be MT Summit, twitch.tv/MT Summit. That's Sunday, 2:30 to 6. If you guys are in the area and you think you're nice at 2K, you're trying to win some bread, pull up with your controller. It's $25 entrance fee. That's Q's Barbershop across the street from the Walgreens in Baldwin. Go check that out and just go listen to us because it's us, it's basketball. People are going to try and win money, so it's going to be competitive. They always say the best game is 2K. you're going to get is if you put up bread. So it should be fun. With that, we're done for this week. Follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram and Twitter. We are also on Facebook. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you can follow me at Offended Narwhal on Twitter. And anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
I want to say thank you guys for having me on the show. I think this was actually really
Thank you for coming. It was very informative.
It was
Hell yeah.
This was super insightful. I really liked it. It was really engaging, and I learned a lot about the way other people that don't necessarily play volleyball understand the sport well enough to engage in conversation, which I really enjoyed. So you can follow me on Instagram at TYREEK_MC. So there's that. I would link my Twitter, but it's not safe for work. So there's that. So just follow me on my Instagram and what have you. And thank you. So.
Hell yeah. You're welcome back anytime, my boy. We appreciate you coming out. Real life. I love whenever we have guests. And yeah, man. For me, y'all can follow me on the gram, worldwidewest_11. You know what I'm saying? Word to Julius Handles. Word to Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There's no sauce.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No sauce.
Hell yeah. And Black Lives Matter as always.
They do? No, I'm just kidding.
Shut your ass up.
Oh, so it's my turn to outro myself? Okay.
I mean, last the check, we always plug ourselves at the end, but whatever.
That's true.
I don't know who this guy is anymore, right?
Right.
Well,
First day? First day?
First day.
Huh.
First day, huh? Yeah, so you can follow me on the Twitters, J_Thomas_24. That's about it. Nematodes are people too.
We will catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.